Unfortunately, there is still a lot we just do not know about what caused this plane crash in Bartow on Christmas Eve. 5 people were killed, 4 of them from the same family. Almost immediately after the crash, investigators with the Polk County Sheriff's Office said the heavy fog during takeoff was likely a factor. Since then, though, several friends of the pilot, John Shannon, have told us they believe something else must have happened. They say they don't think he would have ever taken off if he was unsure that he could fly in it, especially with his family on board.
Either way, we wanted to know, how difficult is it to take off in conditions like that? 10 News reporter John Sidorowicz spent some time today in a flight simulator to find out.
Commercial pilot and 10 News aviation expert Mark Weinkrantz here at the Sim Center in Clearwater at their flight simulator here. We've got Andrew, who's also a certified pilot. And in terms of looking at this setup compared to a Cessna 340 like the one involved in the crash, we're still dealing with pretty much the basic layout, right, that you find there?
Right. This is the 737 is a commercial aircraft flown by most of the airlines around the world. You're going to have the same presentation through the window, except we're sitting up just slightly higher than a 340, a twin-engine Cessna would be on the runway.
So we've actually got Bartow Airport up on the simulator right now. This is unlimited visibility, right?
Absolutely.
So clear as day.
Yes.
What if we bump that down just to say a half-mile visibility, which is even better actually than the conditions during the crash? What would that look like?
So that's half mile, and that's with the lights on.
So the lights, you'd be getting all that glare back at you, and already you can't see the end of the runway.
Oh, you're far from seeing the end of the runway.
Now, what if we bump that down to the conditions during the actual crash, which was actually less than a quarter mile, about 0.15 mile visibility?
You can't see your hand in front of your face, but we can take off in commercial airlines with just a few hundred feet of runway visible because we have much more sophisticated instruments in the cockpit and runways that are up to a higher specification for guidance. And the instruments for an instrument-rated pilot are really for flying in the sky. It's not for taking off like this.
Could we simulate trying to take off and how difficult it becomes to see that? And as you're picking up that speed.
Right. You have less time to react to what's ahead of you. And he's at the end of the runway.
And we didn't make it. Did we just make it?
Just made it off.
Our aviation expert also said that the lack of lighting down the center and at the end of the runway at the Bartow Airport can make it extremely difficult to take off in low visibility. The NTSB and the FAA will now have to figure out what exactly caused this crash.